You understand why people call you a racist?
It is one of the modern terms of abuse, and the term of abuse is the more effective, the less defined it is. Then you can throw it at anybody and anything. I wonder if you'd allow me a minute or two to sketch in the background here in Britain, because it is unique in the world, and one gets it wrong if one imports ideas from anywhere else. You've got to go back to the fact that alone of all the countries in the world, we never had a definition of ourselves. There was never such a thing as a United Kingdom citizen. Unlike the United States, which has its own citizenship, France, Germany, we never had that. And in the law of this country, there was never any distinction between one British subject and another. There was no way of labelling the British subject who, if I may use the word, belonged to this country. Now this was, had many advantages when Britain was the centre of an empire, and if the numbers from the rest of the empire who availed themselves of this identification remained small, then no problem arose. As a result of that, there moved into the United Kingdom growing numbers of British subjects from the rest of the, well, it was by now the Commonwealth, it had ceased to be the empire, who had no other connection than that. Now, it wasn't that this was asked for. It wasn't that these people were brought in as labour, like the movement of labour on the continent. It happened because without a major change in our law, it couldn't be prevented. Indeed, it couldn't be seen. You see, we actually don't know how many came in, because if they're all British subjects, you only counted, well, you didn't count British subjects. And a Hong Kong Chinese, or a Pathan from the northwest frontier, or myself coming back from a weekend in Paris, we were all the same going through the port of entry or Heathrow Airport. Well, eventually reality breaks through, and in 1962, at last, the law was changed so as to make a difference between the British subjects who belong to this country and those who don't. But by the time that that had happened, I'm simplifying, so large a number had already settled here, plus the inflow in the years after 1962, for reasons which I won't enter into, they are complicated, that we now know that unless some drastic change happens, large parts of many of our cities will, by the beginning of the next century, be occupied by a population which has nothing in common with the people of this country.